We are here today with a warrant to search you and your property.
Why?
Because we have suspected reason of drugs and other...
You think I've got drugs? Who's told you that?
We've received information that we cannot tell you where it's come from or who it's come from, but we'd like to search your property.
Oh, well, they best hope that I don't find out then, because
Let's just take it down a notch, sir. Let's take it down a notch.
I've done nothing wrong.
It's okay if you haven't. We'll make sure you haven't. Simple as.
But we are here under Postcode Act A and B, and we are here under Misuse of Drugs Act 1971.
I don't have any drugs.
I'm Officer Brush. This is Officer Wright. My number is 580067.
My badge number is 594379.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to remember that so I can report you if anything goes wrong. You are not coming in this house, all right?
So, just take a step back, calm down.
No, I think you need to take a step back, mate. You ain't coming in this house.
Sir, calm down.
Well, I'm trying to be calm, but when someone's trying to come in my house accusing me I haven't done, it's a bit hard, isn't it?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. We have a warrant. We are coming in your house. You will be arrested for obstruction of justice if you do not let us come inside.
So after they've already started off with their communication skills by knocking on the door and explaining to the person why they've turned up and under what act is the reason they're there, so Postcode Act A and Act B, and why they have a legitimate reason to carry out the search. As they've gone into the property, the first thing they're going to do is carry out an A to H of the person involved with the crime. So as you can see behind me, they're talking to Fade and talking to each other, explaining his age, build, height, and all the descriptive factors of the person involved before carrying out any search.
Right, sir, please can you stand there for me? Stay there, please, stand there.
Yes,
right.
I'm not going anywhere.
Age.
Age, approximately 16 to 20.
Okay, build.
Fairly slim, quite tall.
Okay, colour.
British white.
Any distinguishing marks?
Has freckles on his face and a mole on his right cheek.
Okay, elevation.
Approximately 5'11" to 6 foot.
Okay,
If you want.
face.
He has freckles on both cheeks, quite thin lips.
Yeah. The way they walk and gait.
He rocks a little bit as he's walking.
Yeah. Hair and hobbies.
He's got black hair. Likes to put his arms behind his back when he stands and rock side to side.
After they've documented all the evidence of the person involved, they will then carry out a description of the search environment. By carrying out a description of the search environment, they'll paint a clear picture and document the size of the room, what they can find in the room, any factors that are jumping out or shouting to them, and a clear idea of what they've found in front of them or what has been presented in front of them before carrying out the search itself. They will then go into the search, which will be conducted systematically, where they'll start in one side of the room and carry out a search all the way around, ensuring they've documented every single inch of that room to ensure no evidence has been hidden or has been lost during the search. By then, they will carry out all the evidence and put it in a safe place to ensure their documents and their filing has been correct throughout the entire process.
I'm still now, you stood there, please. Blood in the back right corner of the room. It's approximately 2 meters by 3 meters.
Yeah.
There's assorted newspapers on the floor.
Yeah.
There's a chair in the back right corner.
So what Morgan's doing now is slowly starting to carry out a systematic search of the area. So the very first piece of evidence he's found was the bloods. So he's going to document that on both of his worksheet and with a placard. So as the search is carrying out, Carly will be documenting all the evidence being found, and Morgan will be carrying out the search himself by placing placards and communicating with the other officer. So the point of this exercise is to search systematically of an area, which means to thoroughly start in one corner and slowly work your way around the room documenting any information found along the way. So the search process is not supposed to be quick as such, but it's supposed to be thorough, because the size of the room is adequate to have one person searching a room. But usually this is a very, very long process and can take up to hours depending on the evidence or the information given. The point of the UV light is so you can document evidence adequately under a simulated scenario. So as if this was a real search carried out by the police force, the use of the UV light is able to help them find evidence that they might not be able to see with their naked eye. The point of doing it in this exercise is to help the learner give a real simulated experience of what it would be like in a real life scenario of carrying out a search. So as evidence is found, the officer will give a short description of what is found to the other officer, writing it down to ensure that everything found is being adequately documented for further evidence if needed. So once all the evidence has been found, the officers will then start to correctly document everything. So what Morgan will be doing now, he'll be searching for any further evidence such as fingerprints on the evidence that's found that might link to the person that is involved with the crime. Morgan will then talk to Carly, which is his partner in the situation, to ensure that information has been adequately documented on paper if later relied on in court. So how do you think the communication skills went?
I think we kept the communication up very well.
What? So verbally, do you think you did that well?
Yeah.
What about your non-verbal communication skills?
Could be a little bit better at times.
Be a bit better at times. Do you think you adequately used your voice and your body language that would be needed in that set scenario?
Partially, and it could have been a bit better and a bit more assertive.
Yeah.
throughout.
What about you, Carly? How do you think you used your voice?
I was quite quiet throughout.
Yeah. So what I would have said was, yes, the assertiveness, the body language, you do have to be slightly more, not aggressive, but authoritarian. Because at the end of the day, you are the people in charge in this situation. He is not. So you need to take control, but maintaining a bit of dignity and nice communication to keep them calm and not create another situation. How do you think the search went?
I think went quite well.
Just missed the one bit, didn't you?
I missed one piece.
So only missed one piece. If you could do it again, what would you do differently?
Open my eyes more.
Open your eyes. So do you feel like you search systematically? By systematically, do you feel like you started in one position and worked your way around the room adequately?
Yeah.
Do you think your communications between each other, you know, when you was doing the searching, but Carly was doing the documenting, do you think that was adequate enough?
No, I should have thought more and told her where I was going and what I was doing.
Yeah, so because remember, Carly can only rely on the information that you have given her because she's not the one searching. She's maintaining the control in the room with Fade. How do you think you maintained control?
I mean, he was just stood there a lot, so like there wasn't much.
Yeah,
there.
so your communication skills are imperative, and plus your writing skills are imperative because you have to control the room. Because what's going to happen if Morgan misses a piece of evidence?
And it's gonna corrupt the whole
Yeah,
thing.
because if Morgan turns around and goes, "Oh, shut up, you! I'm trying to search this," and he forgot where he was,
Yeah.
he could have missed that bag, which we did identify. You did miss one piece of evidence. Like I say, you're not actual professional police men and women, but at the same time, you need to ensure that you are adequately starting in one position and ending in another position. Yes?
Yeah.
Are you happy with your performance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you've learnt from your performance?
Yeah.